单边 single whip. From our previous move, we step up, turn both hands, step in, and lunge. Okay, so again, this is solid, this is empty. And when you turn the hands, use this connecting point as the center point of rotation. So when you turn the hands, no matter how you turn it, this point stays in the same three-dimensional space. And the right hand should point to the west and fingers pointing upward. And your right hand point inside, point towards you. The palm of hand points towards you. Right thumb, left thumb up. So we have a form like this. And then step in and move forward and becomes lunging. Okay, so this side. So you're pushing forward. Okay. Hook hands. This is a typical hand shape in Tai Chi, in single whip. And you get closer to the camera so you can have a better look. Okay, your hands will like this, and then bring in the fingers, and this forms a hook. So it's like a beak of a bird, and you're closing. Okay, and notice that my wrist, I'm not bringing up my wrists. So at this point stays. So you're just closing your fingers and hand, but you're not compensating with the wrist. Okay, you're simply do this. Okay. Okay, this is a multifold movement. You are on the solid leg of your right leg. This is empty. Okay. Now you want to rotate the right side of your body from pointing west to point southwest. And you turn by anchoring your right heel and use your right heel as the center of rotation. Because it is solid, you are on 100% weight on the right leg, especially on right heel, so you should be able to turn. If you cannot, that means you are not controlling your balance. You are not distributing all your body weight on the solid leg, which might become something like this. Okay, so you're leaning and then turn. As you rotate, you expand your right arm, which is still bending, right? Okay, so, and let me remind you that there's no straight arms or straight elbows in Tai Chi. So it was bent, I'm extending it, but still not straight arms. So you see that I'm hooking my hands so my wrist still at the same height and then extending it. That's why when you see people doing Tai Chi, if they don't have the conscious of the individual movement, it will become something like this, okay? But it is actually two movements. You are hooking the hands and extending the arm instead of just do this, okay? Instead of just do this. And also, my left leg stays, but because I was supposed to be stretching as always, and as I turn, rotate, it is extended and my left knee would bend a little. So if you are too tense, and when you turn, you break a balance. So you have to also relax your empty leg, your left leg. So as you turn, it bends to compensate. And also, as my hip rotates a little, my arm should come with it, with the hip. So you see that my left hand was joining my right hand. But as I extending it, I have a little sink elbow. Okay, so at this point, I'm leaning on the shoulder, so it's an empty. Okay, so this is a complicated move. So down bend is difficult for beginners. And then because it's bent, I now want to stretching it, reposition it so I'm more in an will become a horse stance shape. So step back. So what I'm doing is okay. So I should start here. So you will see. Pay attention on my heels. And turn. Okay. Notice the space difference between my left and right heel. And then see that they're now more in line. Then you gradually transfer the weight from one side to from all the right side to 50-50. So the heels. Because when you are on this, you're facing west, your legs should be 1 foot width apart. So as you have done the lunging, they are still 1 foot apart. Even if you have rotate your right hip, they are still 1 width apart on the west direction. Because you are now shifting your body, then you will be facing south. You need the heels in line. So as you turn and you are stepping, making a step to make it in line, and then gradually transfer the weight from, this is now, I'm leaning on the right shoulder, this is empty. See how this shape is? And head hanging, gradually sitting, and open, transfer the weight from 100, 0, gradually to 50-50, and then you overshoot a little. So instead of sitting evenly, you are overshooting a little, turning your hip. So which will bring your hands a little bit over the 45 degrees, which is your southeast. Up to this point, your right hand stays in the three-dimensional space. So, okay. From now on, this stays. Okay, it has nothing to do with this now. And then gradually sit. So this is pointing southwest. It opens, overshoot a little. Turn your hands so your palm is facing outward, fingers pointing upward, and then comes back. You turn your head as you open and sitting. Your head follow your left hand. Overshoot, turn the hand, and then comes back. So this is at southeast, this is at southwest. It opens approximately 90 degrees. Your knees are pointing in the same direction as your toes. So if I do it on this side, now you see my back, I'm sitting, and then gradually sit, open, overshoot. You will see that because I'm wearing bright color. Overshoot a little, turn the hand, and then comes back. And I'm looking at my hands, at my left hand. And the height of the wrist would be at the same shoulder level. This is a shoulder level. This is shoulder level. So it should something like this. Okay, something like this. It is okay to slightly uneven, but you should not do something like this. No, you should not do something like this. Okay, they are about the same height. Okay, it's okay it's okay, acceptable if you're on here, but the best around here. This is single whip. This is very complicated, so you need to watch it again and again. And I try to explain it as detailed as possible. But again, it is difficult to do it in front of the camera, so I'll do it again. Single whip. So the space or the width of your horse stance depending on how much you sit. Okay, so if you are just doing this, if that's your horse stance, that's your horse stance. Okay, it is according to your body, not an exact measure. Single whip.